Shalom Aleichem and Bruchim Abayim. Moshe Langado here speaking under the auspices of Kollel, Baruch Avat Yisrael in San Diego, California, and Sha'rei Tziyon in Brooklyn, New York. My friends, this week we'll be reading Parshat Shoftim, and in it, it describes the method that the Jewish army goes to war. And there is a beautiful story, historical story, giving us a description of this grand approach. Let me start off with a city in Europe. In the early 1900s, late 1800s, a fad was very prevalent in the Jewish cities of Europe. All the large cities, Warsaw, Berlin, all had Yiddish theaters. And if you didn't have a Yiddish theater, that meant you really weren't a large city. There was a city called Brest-Litovsk. We will call it Brisk, which felt that it was a great Jewish center. They also wanted a Yiddish theater to entertain their citizens. They came to the rabbi, Reb Chaim Brisker, Reb Chaim Soloveitchik, and they asked for it. The one who was making the request was none other than Mr. Begin. Yes, the father of Menachem Begin, who would be one of the greatest prime ministers of the state of Israel. The request was made, and Reb Chaim Brisker turned it down. He said, it is a place of Bitul Torah, wasting time. It's a place of Moshav Letzim, a place where the scoffers go. We cannot have it. As often, not always do the committee listen to the rabbi, and they did invite a troupe of actors to come. The actors decided what would be the first play. It would be called The Jewish Wars, a take on Josephus, his famous book, The Jewish Wars, the wars between the Jews and the Romans. And now, the city of Brisk was so excited, waiting for that day, because they felt that this was a play which had to do with their Zionist aspirations, fighting a war for Palestine, for reclaiming it and making it the state of Israel. The day finally came, standing room only. The curtain came up, and all of a sudden you see generals at a war room deciding how to attack. All kinds of strategies were talked about. The map of Palestine was on the wall. The curtain falls. And now it rises again. Now a mass of soldiers, all being set up, regimented. The curtain falls again. And this time it rises to the army, but in the middle, amidst all the soldiers, was a Kohen on a platform. And he was saying, who got married this year? Go home. Who planted a vineyard? Go home. Who bought a house, built a house? Go home. Who spoke in tefillah? Go home. Curtain falls. The final act, the curtain comes up. And the Kohen is there, but there's no soldiers except for two. The Shagat Aryeh and the Vilna Gaon, two of the great personalities of Rabbinic Judaism in Europe. The curtain closes for the final time. The end. The citizens of Brisk realized that this was a parody, making fun of their ideals of taking over Palestine to make it the state of Israel. Very upset, throwing shoes at the stage. But Mr. Begin and the committee ran to the rabbi, telling him he has to excommunicate these players, these actors. And the rabbi said, I told you not to bring them, but excommunicate them is something great. Tell me what. And they told him verbatim everything that took place on stage. And while they were upset, the rabbi was smiling. And they told him, Rabbi, why are you smiling? Why are you laughing? He says, I cannot excommunicate a group of actors which made a play which was too short. And they looked at the rabbi, Rabbi, too short, what are you talking about? He says, yes, there should have been a final scene showing the Vilna Gaon and the Shagat Aryeh coming back victorious and with the spoils of war. My friends, we are living in hard times. Let us know we have to put faith in the Jewish military, but we have faith, more faith, and our complete faith in God above. Shabbat Shalom.